Hey Trinity Church, Todd Arnett, lead pastor here with an update that I wanted to share with you related to me and to my family. It was about a month ago at the beginning of January that High Desert Church, the church where we served at for 14 years in various capacities, their search team reached out to us and asked if we would consider being the candidate for the next senior pastor role at High Desert Church. And over the course of this last month, there has been a lot of conversations, a lot of prayer, and a lot of just asking the Lord what He wants. And as we've walked that through, we've really sensed God's calling to HDC in this capacity. And I wanted to share that news with you. It was just this past Sunday, February the 6th, that their administrative board took that next step and voted to affirm that they would want us to be the candidate that they will present to the entire church for a vote later this month on February the 27th. And I wanted to share our heart related to that. I know this is probably unexpected and not foreseen, but in the process of just asking God about, God, is this what you want? And why now and where and when? One of the things that really kind of bubbled up to us is just the heartbeat that we developed while we were at HDC, this oikos, relational world approach to just the church's mission is such a strong thing within us. And the idea of being with a team and at a church family that has that embedded 30 years of that concept being rich and being significant was really a draw in thinking about going back. I think about, we've shared with you that we have a grandbaby coming in June, and just the idea of being able to be in the same community, being helpful to Jack and Sky, and just being close by, just is a real draw to us. And something that's been a thing for me, a winsome thing for a long time, has been the idea of being able to be on the same church staff team with my kids. Jackson and Aaliyah currently are serving at HDC in different capacities, and that's just been a dream of mine if we could ever get to serve on the same team together. So all of those things, along with asking the Lord and asking others to be praying with us, really has brought us to a place where we have said, yes, we are willing to engage that conversation and be that candidate for the church to vote on. And I wanted you to know that was not an easy decision. A lot of challenging conversations with Joanna and I, with our family, trying to process and consider that, as well as others that we love and have reached out to and asked for their wisdom and discernment along the way. And what's been so rich is so many in their kindness and in their sharing have been so affirming of this direction, of this call to this role at HDC. But for those here at Trinity, they have shared, understandably, some real concerns, not related to us, but related to what this means for Trinity. And that's very understandable, and especially in light of Trinity's past, where some senior pastor transitions have been really difficult. So I wanted you to know one of the things that we did right out of the gate when the search team asked us to consider that role is we reached out to Trinity's elders, pastors, ministry directors. And I wanted them to know not only of what that potentially might be, but then to activate, to get on the radar of EFCA West. Friends that we've made there, Tim Jacobs, the district superintendent, Bob Osborne, who's become such an ally to Trinity Church, to our elder board, to let them know so that we could begin to seek their wisdom, seek their help in considering the future. And one of the things I wanted you to know is that we have a date on the calendar later this month, February the 22nd, when Bob Osborne is going to come out and do a workshop that he does for church elder boards as they consider senior pastor transitions. So I wanted you to know that the leadership at Trinity is on it, meaning they're not just sitting idly by and wondering what's going to happen, but they're anticipating this transition and wanting to get great input, to get great coaching. And so I want you to know the questions that you obviously and rightly have about what might be next at Trinity Church, the elder board has those same questions. And if you would give just some grace and some time in there to let the elders work with Bob and come to some solutions, come to some ideas of moving forward, I know they're going to want to share those with you. But in the meantime, if you be patient, that'll be so helpful. And we wanted to share this with you, this vote at High Desert Church on February 27th that would confirm us in that role. Our desire is to be at Trinity Church until the end of March, and potentially Sunday, March the 27th would be our last Sunday here. I want to tell you these last 5.5 years at Trinity Church have been a time of great growth, a time of great blessing, a time of great just joy with this church family. And that's why this decision to accept this call has been so difficult for us. We love you very much, and we look forward to not only what God's going to do up in the desert at HDC, but what he's going to do next at Trinity Church as well. So we just want to take a minute to share our heart, share what's going on, and give you an update, and look for more news, more updates to come in the future.